right, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to be moving into the decimal and fraction part of the chapter, and we're going to start off with two definitions. So the first one is rational numbers, which are positive or negative. I abbreviated that to fit it on the line. Whole numbers, fractions, and decimals. Okay, so again, whole numbers are still considered integers. Now we also know they have another name called rational numbers. It also includes fractions and decimals. Today we're going to work on terminating decimals. Terminating decimals are decimals that stop or end. It means there's a set number of decimal places. So they're not going to keep going on and on and on forever. And today we're going to be working on changing form. All right, they're going to have the same value, they're just going to look a little different. So use place value to convert each terminating decimal to a fraction. Write each fraction in its simplest form. So when we're doing that, we're looking at the place value of the last digit. So this is 16 hundredths. That means I can do 16 over 100. Well, I know that I can divide both of those by 4 and get 4 25ths in simplest form. For number 2, the fact that there's a negative sign isn't going to change how I do this. So I have 1, 2, 3, which means this is in the thousandths place. So that's 218 over 1,000, and we're going to keep it negative, so I'm going to put a negative sign out front. Well, I know that 2 goes into both of those because they are both even numbers. So if I divide them both by 2, I get negative 109 over 500, and that is in lowest terms. If I have a whole number out front, that means it's going to become a mixed number. So we're going to keep the 2 as a whole number, and now I'm going to worry about the 72 part. So again, it's in the hundredth spot, so that's 72 hundredths. And then when I reduce that, I know that 4 goes into both of those, and that's going to give me 18 25ths. Right, I divided by 4. For number 4, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 spots, so that's the 10,000ths, 5 over 10,000. Notice, however many decimal places tells me how many zeros there has to be in the number underneath. 2 decimal places, 2 zeros. 4 decimal places, 4 zeros. 3 decimal places, 3 zeros. And these can both be divided by 5, so that's going to give me 1 over 2,000. Okay, now we're going to go, excuse me, and we are going to take and we're going to convert each fraction to a decimal. We're going to be using equivalent fractions. We're going to look at how you can do it using division in the next video. So over here we have 3/20ths. Well, I have to get it, my denominator, to be either, I'm going to try to find a spot to write this. I need my denominator to either be 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and so on, because these are my place values. So I know 20 goes into 100. 20 doesn't go into 10. 20 goes into 100. So I'm going to rewrite my denominator with a fraction of, rewrite my fraction with a denominator of 100. So to get from 20 to 100, I had to multiply by 5. To get from 3 to whatever, I have to multiply by 5, so that's going to give me 15. Now I can take this and I can turn it into a decimal, because I have 2 decimal places, so this has to be 0.15, 2 decimal places. All right, for number 6, this one I have 5, and I know 5 does go into 10. So we're going to rewrite this. Excuse me. When I do this, I had to multiply by 2. So that means I have to do 7 times 2, which is 14. This 0 tells me I only need 1 decimal place. So 1 decimal place means this is going to be 1.4. So this would actually have been a mixed number, and if you notice, it's an improper fraction. Now, for the 16, this one's a little bit more challenging, I have to say. But I know, first of all, I know 16 does not go into 10. I know it does not go into 100. It does go into 10,000, believe it or not. And I know it goes into 10,000 625 times. So I have to multiply by 625. When I multiply this by 625, I'm going to get 1,875. So 1, 2, 3, 4 decimals. 1, 2, 3, 4 decimals. Then for number 8, I have a 50. Well, 50 goes into 100. So I multiplied by 2, so that's 70. We're going to keep it negative. I need 2 decimal places, so 0.70, keep it negative. All right, we're going to fill in the rules together in class. So I want to just make sure that you have everything written down. And any questions, as always, bring them to class. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.